might be a little late with this, but let's do a get to know me. Hi, you guys. For those of you guys that are new here, I'm Lanaya. I am your digital big sis, and today we're going to be talking about me. I feel like I talk about myself a lot in my videos, which I'm sorry. I know I need to really step out of that, but what are you going to do? So today we're going to be talking about just things that you guys probably wouldn't really know about me unless I told you. So I'm just going to be kind of just spilling the tea about my own life for you. If you care. You probably don't. But, yeah. I think I'm going to talk about something that I get comments a lot about on my TikTok. I get a lot of comments about, these kinds of things. And it's my family and, where I live, which is a little ironic, a little funny, because it's like, dang, y'all care that much. But a lot of people ask me, do I live alone? I get questions all the time about that. Do you live alone? Oh, my God, she's so loud. How is she so loud in her videos with all the people in her house? I live with my grandma, and my grandma travels a lot, so she's not here. She's never here. She's always on vacation in Puerto Rico, in Costa Rica, Cuba, Spain, France. She's always traveling, so I hardly ever see her unless it's for, holidays, and that's the only time she's here. So with that being said, I am here most of the time by myself. And my mom lives with her boyfriend, and my father lives with his wife. So that is kind of the tea on that. Next thing that I want to talk about is my siblings. I always talk about my brothers and sisters and things like that, but I never really explain. So I have a bunch of half siblings. I don't have full siblings because my parents left each other when I was really, really young. And so I have 3 siblings from my dad, oldest of the 3, a sister, and then I have another sister, she's 4, and then I have a baby brother who is 2. Next thing that I want to talk about is pets. I always talk about my dog in a couple of my videos, and I always say that he's my baby, but I've never really showed you guys or anything like that. So I do have a dog. He's a pit bull. His name is Circa, my anime phase, but his name is Shota, after Shota Aizawa from My Hero Academia, and he is literally my son. He is literally my absolute little baby, and I love him so much. He's about 4 years old now, and I spend so much money on my dog. It's actually sickening. I want to talk about is my boyfriend. I talk about my boyfriend a lot in my videos, and he actually does show up in a couple of them, but for the most part I talk about him and he's not actually anywhere to be seen. So my boyfriend, I have been my boyfriend for, oh my God, 2-3 years, and he stresses me the fuck out. It might be a little bit silly, and maybe you guys don't care, which you probably don't, but it is my favorite color. A lot of people actually don't know my favorite color. My favorite color is white. It might be a little bit obvious from my bedroom, but my favorite color is white. I absolutely love the color white. I don't really know why. I just really love the way it looks so clean and so perfect. So yeah. Another one that people ask me a lot is, is being an influencer my full-time job, or is that what I want to do long term? And yes. I do make a little bit of money on my social media accounts, only on really TikTok. But I feel like a lot of influencers don't really talk about that aspect of it, so I'm going to talk about it. I do make my main income on TikTok. There's not really much else to say other than that, but being an influencer is my overall, dream job, so I'm working really hard at it every single day, and yeah. And for those of you guys that don't know me, know me from, TikTok or other social media platforms, I just want to talk about a couple of my favorite interests. So I have a lot of hobbies. I've always been a hobbyist. My obvious main hobby right now is doing social media and influencering. But a lot of my hobbies are drawing. I love to draw. I've always been an artist ever since I was really, really small. I've always loved doodling. I always doodle on my tests, on my papers. I love art. Next thing I want to talk about is another one of my hobbies, and it is my music taste. I absolutely love music, but my music taste is so broad. A lot of people say, oh, I listen to everything, but I'm really one of those people that listens to everything. One of my favorite bands right now is Pierce the Veil. I've loved Pierce the Veil since I was a kid. But I also like things like Taylor Swift and musicals. I love musicals. I've been loving Epic lately. Epic is, oh my god, it's so good. And Hamilton. I am a huge musical person. I have always loved musicals. Probably since about like the 8th or 7th grade. But my music taste is just all over the place. I like Charlie XCX, like I said, Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, Pierce the Veil. My music taste is just, like I said, so broad that it's honestly even hard for me to keep up with. And it's honestly hard for me to connect with people because some people kind of like look at music as like black and white. They look at it in a, oh, well, I like this, and that's kind of just where they stay. And I'm not like that. So when I talk about liking Pierce the Veil, they're like, and I'm like, you know? So it's a hard topic to talk about. Also, I'm very back and forthy. Like on TikTok, I'll say something like, oh my god, imagine liking Taylor Swift. But it's a joke. It's satire. So it's very unclear like what my music taste actually is because I'm constantly contradicting myself for the sake of content. But this is to clear that up. Thing that I do want to talk about, it's not really like a get to know me kind of thing, but it is more about like my content and the content that I make. A lot of my content is not meant to be taken super literally because some of my content is satire, and I think that I just want to make that perfectly clear in a like actual like format, just to make sure that we all know that like some of my stuff is a joke. It's satire. It's not meant to be taken seriously. A lot of people take some of my stuff and think like they'll like grab it from here and go like whoom, and it's like, oh my god, Jesus, diva, like it was a joke. Like for example, the Taylor Swift video that I mentioned earlier, I was like, I think I said something like, oh my god, I can never be friends with someone that likes Taylor Swift. I live, breathe, and die for Taylor Swift. So it's like, it's a joke, you know? So I just wanted to talk about that. Anyways, you guys, I think that's all I've got for today off the top of my head. I can't really think of anything else that I want to talk about. So if you guys have any questions for me or anything like that, please put them in the comments because I will answer stuff in another video, or maybe I'll just answer comments back. I'm not really sure how I would do that depending on how many there are. But I love you guys. I'll see you guys later. Mwah. Bye.